खोल दरवाजा खोल अभी बहुत
In this question, we are given a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and we are told that the roots of this equation have different signs. Then which of the following statements is definitely
एक चादर
false?
मेरे को भी दे
So suppose the two roots are alpha and beta. If alpha and beta are of opposite signs, the only thing that we can say is that the product of alpha and beta will be negative. So what we can conclude from whatever has been given in the question is that alpha into beta is less than 0 because they are of opposite signs.
मेरे को ही खाते
We
हुए
can't say anything about alpha plus beta because if the root which is less than 0 is very small and the root which is greater than 0 is very big, the absolute values, then alpha plus beta will be greater than 0. And the other way around, the sum will be less than 0. So we can't conclude much about alpha and beta just based on the information that they are of different signs. But what we can definitely conclude is that because they are of different signs, their product will be less than 0. Now we always know that ax square plus bx plus c, if this is the quadratic equation which equals 0, we know that alpha plus beta, if alpha and beta are their roots, will equal minus b by a, and alpha into beta will equal c by a. So what we can conclude by the information that is given is that alpha into beta, that is c by a, is less than 0. Now let us look at the options that are given. Notice again that we can't conclude much about alpha plus beta. That is, we can't conclude much about minus b by a. So if you look at the first option, a is positive and c is negative. So c by a will be negative. So we can't conclude that this is definitely false. So this is not the correct answer. Similarly, if you are looking at the second option, a is negative and c is positive. Even in this case, c by a will be negative. So this can be true. We can't definitely conclude that this is false. So this is also not the correct answer. If you are looking at option D, a is negative and c is positive again. So c by a will be negative. So this also is not the correct answer. If you are looking at option C, it mentions that a is positive and c is positive. If a is positive and c is positive, c by a will definitely be greater than 0. We know that this is definitely false because we know that c by a is less than 0. So the correct answer is option C, which is definitely false.